So how do we draw 7/4 pi radians in standard position? So the first step we're always going to do here whenever we're drawing angles in standard position, whether it's degrees or radians, is we're going to start with our initial side on the positive x-axis. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to label, and you could have labeled the axes first, it really doesn't matter. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to label all four axes with the appropriate, in this case, radian values. So we know that the positive x-axis has a value of 0 radians. The positive y-axis would then be pi over 2, or in other words, 1/2 pi radians. Then the negative x-axis here is pi radians, and then the negative y is 3/2 pi radians. Now, sometimes fractions are scary, so what we can do is instead of writing the 1/2 and the 2/3, we can just write 0.5. Now, that might be easier for you in this problem. So write 0.5. You can write a little 1 in front of that pi, and then we can change the bottom one to be 1.5 pi. Okay? And then as we come around and we rotate back full circle, then this would represent 2 pi, right? You might say, oh, cool, I see the pattern, right? Fractions are scary, decimals sometimes are not. Now what I need to do is, since this angle is positive, it's a positive radian measure, what I have to do is I have to rotate, starting from the initial side, I have to rotate counterclockwise until I reach 7/4 pi radians. So convert this fraction here, 7/4, into a decimal. That would simply be, when you do it in the calculator, it would be 1.75 pi radians. Now think about this. Where does this value fall within your coordinate system? Start at 0, you went to a 1/2 pi, then you went to a full pi, then you went to a full 1.5 pi, and now maybe it's 1 3/4, right? So shouldn't it be about here? That's all you got to do. That's it. That's it. So what we'll do is I'll draw another line here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to rotate it so that the angle between these two red lines is going to be 1.75 pi. Now when I say between them, okay, you might say, well, wait a minute, isn't this now the between angle? You know, I'm talking about from the counterclockwise direction. It's always, whenever you have a positive angle, it's from the counterclockwise direction. So this angle right here is 7/4 pi. It falls right between 1.5 pi and 2 pi. That's it. It's as simple as that. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully that helped. If it did, help us out. Subscribe, like, tell your friends. We'll see you soon.